Welcome in, everybody, to the channel. I am Mrs. Best. Let's welcome in our guest co-host from the Watch Your Mouth Reviews channel, James. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Hello, everyone. Like, comment, and subscribe. Show my girls some love.
Please do. Please do. And I'm not sure if we're actually showing as live on YouTube because I just went and looked and it is not showing me as live on YouTube.
Oh, no.
I'm not quite sure why. Oh, now I see myself. Okay. YouTube has been doing some things with StreamYard, y'all. So my apologies, but we are in here to watch and go over Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. This episode is titled Spin the Blockade, season 13, episode 25, the potential last of the last. Thank you for commenting, Shani. Welcome in. That lets me know you guys can see us on YouTube. There was an issue with my 90-day fiance before the 90-day video. Y'all still showed up, showed out, watched, commented, liked the video. So I appreciate you guys. But a part of that video was cut off. We do use streaming software and it is not always the best, but for right now it is working. And please excuse my lighting today. I literally just clocked out of work. So I am streaming to y'all from the bed because I'm just tired today. It's Wednesday, but it feels like Monday. I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but it feels like Wednesday going on Monday. And I hate that for myself. But welcome in, Shani. She said I fell asleep. Well, I'm glad
we all did.
James is throwing shade. Please explain why you were saying we all fell asleep. Because
we all fell asleep because we didn't know what was going on. It's like it was copy and paste a whole bunch of scenes that were left on the cutting room table. And they were just like, okay, let's put this, because I don't know if it was you, but some of those scenes felt like they were out of sequence.
Yeah.
And I was like, she had that hairstyle episode too. Why did she have it again here? But okay.
Some of these things, he says some they line it up, some
yeah,
right.
Some ain't right.
I could not. But I mean, yeah, this episode was a little slow. There was a lot of moments where I was just kind of like, okay, but I get it. I do understand it. Sometimes we have fillers, and this is obviously a filler episode. She said, girl, I'm not cooking tonight. I'm in the Burger King drive-thru.
Hey, Whopper! It's Whopper Wednesday. It's $3.99 a Whopper. I am not mad. Yes, I bought 2 this morning because I had a rough night at work last night, and I said, you know what? Because I lived by a Burger King, and you could smell the charbroil as you get off the freeway. And I said, oh, right turn, Burger King. Here I am.
I love Burger King. Love Burger King. That's the one fast food place I will eat burgers from. Love Burger King. My mom used to work at the Burger King in High Street on Oakland. She opened it when she was pregnant with me and all of that. I'm a Burger King kid. I used to be chilling in the office.
Nice. I'm the Round Table kid, so that's funny because my mom worked at Round Table when I was learning. My mom and my dad actually worked at. My dad was the manager. My mom was a part-time employee because my mom worked at Farmers.
Oh, they was fraternizing.
Yeah,
that's
how I was conceived. Yep.
I think my parents met in a tree protesting at UC Berkeley. I cannot make these things up. They were hippies, y'all. They were actual hippies. But shout out to Burger King. If you ever want to give Mrs. Best Reviews a paid partnership, I will happily eat a Whopper so that y'all can get. Why you come in loud?
The whole thing, right?
He getting
the whole Whopper.
Mr. Best is home. Can y'all tell?
Yep.
Coming in, talking in the background, loud, ignorant, and black. That's Mr. Oh So Best. Welcome in, Oh So Best. Link is in the description. She said, I am here now for the sale. Tariq is on his own. You can't get my nephew friend a Whopper.
Shani, I got the coupons right here. What we doing?
I'm looking out for Tariq and anybody else in the drive-thru. If you're going to hold somebody, get them something. Unless you don't like them and they play with you. Okay. But y'all, let's get into Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. We may as well laugh and have shits and giggles because, again, nothing happened this episode. We started with Sierra. I guess she's now cool with her mama. Now, we know that she was not cool with her mom for some time. They did not like her relationship with Zay. They also seem to have a lot of issues in the family after Sierra's grandmother passed away, who she told us is the person that raised her. I was happy to see her back with her mom. Can you turn that light on for me, please? Can you turn the light on? Thank you. It's dark as hell in here. Ooh, now it's too light. My God. Damn. Anywho, Sierra is basically with her mama, and she's taking her mom with her to get a divorce. And I'm kind of like, well, I understand you taking your mama with you or having someone come with you to file for divorce. I don't want to bring anybody who rooted for the demise of my relationship with me to end my relationship. Because it's like rubbing salt in my own wound. Maybe it's just me. But Sierra says she's been beefing with Zay, his family, his sisters, his parents, her own family. I think it's right that she get a divorce. Your relationship should not cause such a lack of harmony in every area of your life. So maybe she's doing the right thing, but I can only say so much. How do you feel about it, James?
Once again, I agree with you always and forever. That mama shouldn't have been the person that went with her to divorce court. I don't know who should have went with her, but definitely not the people who are, because it's still, no matter how much the relationship is done and no matter how much like the relationship caused a lot of turmoil, ending a marriage or ending any type of relationship when you once loved somebody is always going to be difficult. And the last thing you want is somebody that will say, I told you shouldn't have married him in the first place. And, all of those things that, most of our ignorant kin folks likes to say, when we make decisions and shit. So I also was like, this is the wrong person. Where is your dad? At least your dad, he may not have liked him,
Where's your
but
dad?
yeah, but at least her dad was kind of like, I'm going to support my baby regardless of the decisions. Like, I wish parents would just support. Like, even if you feel it's not going to work out, support it. Don't say nothing. Just be there to pick up the pieces. That's what they need.
It's kind of like with teenagers, how they say, if you tell them not to do something, they're more likely to run to it. Well, apparently adults don't grow up because they don't want to hear. They don't want to deal with it either, which honestly, it is true. Nobody wants to hear nothing negative about their relationship. But I think with Sierra, her problem specifically, she's very loud with her relationships. Every time she gets with somebody, she's announcing to the sky, I love them, they're mine, no prenup, no nothing. And I just want her to make better choices and be more responsible. That's all.
I want her to stop thinking she needs a man. Like, you don't need a man. You don't need to keep getting married. You don't need to keep finding somebody.
It's weird that she's doing this as a Gemini because we're generally okay to be alone. So it's weird that she's like,
maybe she's at an age, because maybe there's a turn into that as a Gemini. Maybe there's going to get to a point where, well, you've been married a long time. So I think it would be the opposite for you, but maybe someone who is a single Gemini. And then the first marriage, we saw what a clusterfuck that was on national TV, like literally playing in her face. So maybe she's trying to make up for what that was by trying to continuously get men who are just unavailable emotionally and maybe physically.
That could be it. Let me get these comments, y'all, before we move on. Shani said Tariq is not at home tonight. He's at some girl's house. Listen, good for him. I hope he get lucky. Go on, brother man. I hope he get lucky. Tell him, listen, Mrs. Best, you tell him I'm rooting for him. I hope he get lucky. And he was smart because he didn't bring the heifer to your house. He went elsewhere. That's how you do it. Lord. Shani said, come on, lighted director, brother Joe. Girl, all he did was turn on the light. This ain't even my brain light.
He turned on a switch. It's literally a switch. Oh, Lord.
I'm lazy today. I don't have lighting. I don't have nothing. I am back in school, so spring break was nice, but now I'm kind of like, school, essays, paperwork, critical thinking. I don't want that. What's poppin' Kiwan JTV? Y'all check out Kiwan JTV's review. She had her review up already. I believe I shared it on my channel. Also, subscribe to her channel if you haven't, but you likely have because she has thrown me so many subscribers being generous. I appreciate you, Kiwan, and I hope you had a good day. I do. We will also be covering coming May 29th, the end of May. Kiwan will be joining us to go over Love After Lockup. She will also be covering the show. James will be joining us as well. We should all be pretty settled by then. So
yes, brand new city, not much to do for the first couple of weeks. So yeah, I should be settled. Just a 3-hour time difference again, friend.
that's good though for collaborating with a lot of the creators and the audience that we have on our channels are on the East Coast. So that's actually good for you. It might be easier. You never know.
It might be. I mean, I will see. I mean, it worked last time. It worked really, really well. Like it really did. Like the last time we had a major time difference. Yeah.
That's because I wasn't working though. I was still in college. We shall see. We shall see. Now I'm in college and I'm working. Lord. Single Gemini over here, and I'm okay being alone. Yeah, Geminis can do relationships, but generally are okay being alone. But then there's some of them that are birdish and desperate, like Sierra and Rashida, unfortunately. Apparently, somebody commented last week saying that my review of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta was biased. I felt like they were trying to get me upset because I was like, oh, I'm sorry you felt that way. They tried to come at me and then they deleted their comment. I don't know who you are or where you at, but a review is meant to be biased because it's my opinion of what I saw. It's not meant to attack anybody.
They
I don't
always
know
say
these
that.
people.
That's
I
the
don't know these
YouTube
people. And
community
if you go come
guideline.
on my channel and say stuff and talk shit like you want to start something, do it with your chest next time and don't delete the comment. That's all. That's all. Lord. I mean, I like to be respectful, but if y'all want to come on here and act a fool and try me, we can get it popping and I can show a different side of me. Please don't come here with the bullshit. Respectfully. Last week somebody came on my channel talking shit, Kiwan. And then I responded. I was like, wait, we were just having fun talking about the show. Are you all right? They deleted everything because I didn't respond going off. And I'm like, wait a minute, y'all not gonna keep coming on here punking me. It ain't gonna work out that way. I got a mouth too. Okay.
For real. It's like, wait a minute
wait,
now. Like,
let's
let's not.
Fuck did you think you was talking to?
Okay, like let's be clear. We have real jobs at the end of the day, y'all. This is something we do for, subsequent income unless it turns into the
It's
full
just for fun.
blown
We just
income.
here to
This is
talk
just for
about our
fun.
shows
So
for
don't
fun.
get beside.
We get jobs, degrees, husbands, lives that don't have misery in it. Please,
I'm trying to tell you, like, we listen, before I get monetized, you can get all of this stuff. And even when I get monetized, I'm gonna be like, color me pink. The block is hot. The block is hot.
Not the block is hot. I can't. She gave Josiah the title of lighted director. I cannot. Still waiting for this damn food. That's one thing about Burger King. The drive-thrus be slow.
They
I
be
guess
slow.
that's
So
not
that's why I
just
go
you.
inside. Because I can't be smelling all that charbroiled burgers and the drive-through, and y'all just teasing me, my stomach growling. I can't do. That's why I go inside.
It is always faster inside, usually. It is usually nicer. She said, respect as a host. It's just an opinion, y'all. I don't know these people. I'm not a nasty mouth. If you piss her, like James will tell y'all, if I'm mad.
It's the way she do it. It's kind of like Dr. Contessa in a way when she cuss people out. You be hearing words you don't know the definition of. You be hearing cuss words on top of that. Then it's like Trina where it's 25 miles per hour. Then it's it's a whole bunch of. I'm like, damn. That's why I never get on her bad side. Like I be trying to avoid that. It really is. It really is hard.
Patient. Lord, but Sierra, good luck with your divorce, girl. Now, when you got to go back to the divorce lady, talk about I'm back.
It was like that's the same lady.
Take a pause. I'm sure she's happy for the money, but she's also like, well, damn. The point is to have different clients. Now, Ashley and Zane go to dinner. My hair braider messaged me. She was like, I haven't watched Love and Hip Hop. Why Ashley and Zane see fate? I feel like all of this is stuff they argued about 10 years ago that they worked past. I said, you know what? You're probably right. Shout out to Belita. Because Ashley and Zane's issues, it's getting to a point where it's like, either you're going to break up and stop dealing with this, or we don't want to see it no more. Even Mimi had to move on from Stevie J and find her a Ty and a Nico and whatever else she had to do. This is falling flat. This storyline, in my opinion, maybe some of you guys are more invested. I would love to hear your opinions. But for me, I'm just kind of like, Zane apologized to Ashley. I don't think he had to apologize to Ashley. He called his daughter, whose name he got tattooed on him. To talk to the daughter who's underage, he had to talk to the mother of the child. Now, I get Ashley's point that Zane cheated on her with the baby mama, but you chose to stay. And even though he cheated on you with the baby mama, she's still the baby mama. They have to communicate. So it's not like another circumstance where you could be like, don't talk to her. He's gonna have to talk to her. So I felt like that tattoo stuff was stupid. Also, they tattoos looked raggedy. The ones that they covered up, it looked like they got them done in somebody's basement or something. But we learn that Zayn, the actual storyline he may have is he has a brother that's having some kidney issues and he's going to need a transplant. For those who do not know, 90% of the time, your best match is your sibling. I don't know why. I just remember learning that in school. Your match is usually a sibling. If not a sibling, then a close relative like a parent, but your siblings are usually the best option. Zayn doesn't want to get tested to give his brother a transplant because he say he don't do doctors. It seems like he might have a phobia or a fear of doctors. I kind of call BS on that. I feel like he's had to be around doctors. I also call BS on the storyline, like at least get tested, see if that's that. And then they switch subjects hella random to talk about Zayn having a boys' night with Mindy season Scrappy, which makes Ashley nervous. My man has friends that are horrible. My man has friends that cheat. My man has friends that are trifling. He don't move like them. Okay. Just because your man hangs out with people who act the way doesn't mean your man's going to act that way. And if you have to worry about that, then maybe don't be with the man. I just get annoyed with Ashley and Zayn because no matter what they explain in their storylines, it always comes back to me being like, why are they together? But maybe you found more entertainment in this scene, James Jackson.
Actually, it reminded me there's a Golden Girls episode where Blanche had to do the same thing with her sister. She didn't want to give her sister a kidney. Because you are correct. The best matches are typically your siblings, and that's because if you have the same mother, you all have her genetic makeup, which is why 9 out of 10 the kidneys would be a match. But I felt like for me, because I would give a kidney to one of my siblings if they needed it. Like genetically, I only have one sibling where we share both parents. So but if he needed one, I would give it. Like there's no question about it. But I just feel like the fact that he said I don't do doctors. So what happens if something happens to you? Are you just gonna refuse surgery? Are you gonna refuse like that? To me was just such an ignorant ass comment. Because it's like the fact that you say you don't do, and I know a lot of people who are like this. Now, if your alternative is nurse practitioner, then fine. Because I know people like that too. They don't see doctors, they see nurse practitioners. I'm okay with that as well. But to say that, that's just like, we have to get out of that mindset. Therapy, doctors, dentists, we need to get out of that mindset of not going because either you're scared or you feel like something else is going to happen. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Shani said, if my son's father ever had asked for my son for an organ, hail to the nah. You know, I'm the oldest of all of my siblings, and all of my siblings, we do have the same mother and father. If any of my siblings needed an organ, I'm not going to lie. 2 of them, for sure. But one of them, I don't know. He might abuse the organ. So, I mean, but I would rather him be honest about it. I feel like with Zayn, he just don't want to be paused from partying or not being able to be in the scene. I really feel like it's just that. But I guess we'll see. I guess we will see. Moving forward, y'all, Spice and Scrappy are in the studio. I guess Spice is producing a song for Scrappy. It did not sound bad. I'm all for artist evolving. Scrappy's talented. Good for him. I want to say good job and God bless you, Spice, because Hurricane Melissa, as we all know, ran through and tore up Jamaica. It's one of the heaviest hurricanes that Jamaica's experienced in a very long time. Yes, it's because of climate change. We are getting much stronger hurricanes and storms, and it's going to be that way. So I do think it's a nice thing to see that somebody that has more access than the people of her country went out and decided to help and do something. Spice is always helping in some way, even if it's not her country. So I do want to acknowledge that philanthropic side of her, because that's good. And I don't usually get to say positive, and I do give her a hard time, but I respected the hell out of her for helping people to build their houses back and to get things going. That's what we need to see, especially for Black countries that are impacted. So good job to you, Spice. Scrappy, you ruined a good fucking moment with your ignorance and you not understanding how to keep your tillywhacker in one place or one coochie. Scrappy is talking about all his hoes. And because Brittany threw water on him for him cheating and lying, that hurt his feelings. So now that water's been thrown on him, he want to go back to baby mama number 2. He's alluding to wanting to spin the block back with Bambi. Personally, I feel like Scrappy and Bambi broke up because of they both are just financially irresponsible, it seemed like. I don't know why. I would have been okay if they stayed back together just because Bambi kept him quiet for longer than Erica Dixon or any of the others could. But I just don't take Scrappy or anybody that's chosen to be with him seriously. That includes Erica Dixon. That includes Adiz the Bam, aka Bambi and her hooves, as Mama D calls it. I just don't trust no woman that dates Scrappy. I think there's something wrong with their brain, or maybe when a lightning storm was happening, they was sitting too close to the window and the static electricity messed up a neuron or something. But I'm not invested in Strappy's love life anymore. It's a fucking shit show, to say the least. Is anybody else invested in Scrappy's love life? But I'm also not mad if he spins the block with Bambi, because I feel like if he had to choose any of the women he dealt with, I do feel like Bambi's the one he's most compatible with. But I just feel like he's a child. How do you feel?
Same. I feel like he's a child, and as I tell people all the time, you are a product of the environment that you came from. When you look at Mama D and the things that she has said, especially here recently, when she did her radio interview talking about when he was 14, she gave him a stripper show because she didn't want him to be gay. It's like when you have that as your leading example as a parent, I don't expect much from you and in your adult life because you were already led with deception and misrepresentation of life. So I don't expect you to have it all together. Now, at some point, you need to be able to separate yourself from the nest and kind of leave and, disconnect the wiring from what you grew up in. And I know a lot of us have a hard time doing that, but you have to do it. There's no other option. Like, you have to be able to evolve yourself, evolve your mindset, evolve your, vulnerability, because that's all we have. And he's only getting older. Only getting older. So there's nothing worse when you in your 40s still doing the same goofy shit you did in your 20s. There's nothing worse than that.
That's true. That's actually true. You don't have to be. I used to beat myself up because I'm not where I wanted to be in my 30s. I'm supposed to own the house, be done with school, not still in school, and have baby number 2 on the way. But I think that we just have to be happy to be doing better than we were in the past. Some type of upward movement, some type of growth is really what matters, instead of looking for specifics. And we just don't see that with these people. So
no,
we could wish them the best. That's all we could do. QIJ TV said, if you tell me you're scared of going to the doctor, means you don't check on yourself overall. Girl, looking at Zane's face, he hasn't been to a doctor, a dermatologist. He probably just washed his face with tap water and no soap. So he probably hasn't checked or taken care of his body at all. He gives that. He's just a little angry leprechaun with bad skin.
And according to his wife, it's not required for any of that to be, in his position anyway, because she'll just take him as is. He just has the name Zane, so she'll just take it as is.
Remember what Ashley said? I used to have his poster on my wall, and now I'm married to him. Girl, be quiet.
Be quiet, because that's not what he looked like today.
It sure ain't. Shout out to Spice, but screw her at the same time. Yeah, I don't like Spice in arguments because I feel she does too much, but I've been very vocal in that. I feel like Spice is bigger than the show and doesn't need it. She's respected in music. She has a great career. She does a lot outside of the show, but I get it. A free check is a free check, but I think it's wonderful that beyond what she does on the show, that she's able to give back and do something meaningful. So good for her. Shani said, oh, Snap just pulled in the driveway and his car is here. He left with a bag. Oops.
Girl, don't be telling all his business now.
Look, Tariq gonna be like, how does this lady know all of my business?
For real.
He want to downplay Brittany. He does want to downplay Brittany. I actually think Scrappy is dumb and he moved like a kid. He's like, let me go and get back with this person just to make Brittany upset. Scrappy is slow. He's always been that way. I think Bambi was entertaining Scrappy. Yeah, she's entertaining him. I got friends with baby daddies. I got friends with ex-husbands they had kids with. I'm going to tell you this one thing I've learned. Kid or no kid, when a woman is really through with you, she is through with you. There's no spinning the block. There's no none of that. But based on how Bambi was smiling and giggling and the fact that she let him come right on in that house, okay, because I got friends with kids. When the baby daddies come and drop stuff off, I've seen it. Leona, our mutual friend, she's one of them. Her baby daddy come by, she don't let him through the door. She's once told him to leave the groceries at the gate and to send the baby in. I said, well, damn, he can't come in. She said, no, he cannot, Amina Akila. I said, okay, all right. I hear you. But when a woman's done,
They're
she's
done. Yeah. And some men just, they hold on to that attachment that, men put in their minds that, oh, because we have a baby, we forever connected. And I had a cousin that, a man told her that one time in front of me, we got a baby, we forever connected. She said, no, we connected until that baby 18. And when the baby's done 18, hell, even before. When that baby got a cell phone, get the
we're
fuck out my
done.
face. That's exactly what she said. When that baby get a cell phone, get the fuck out my face. Because you can call that baby, meet her down the block at the bus stop.
Not meet down the block at the bus stop.
Yeah,
I did
exactly.
not like Bambi when she first came on TV on Basketball Wives. Could not stand her. None of us could. None of us could at all. But Bambi acted a fool on
She
Basketball
did.
Wives.
It was not a good look. It was not a
One thing
good
about
look at
California
all.
people, we are guilty of this. We gonna tell you where we from. And Bambi did that the whole time on Basketball Live. I'm from Compton. I'm from this. And I can't even fault her because it's just a California thing.
It's a California thing, yeah.
I do the same thing. People be like, where are you from? Oakland. Yay area. That's that. It's always gonna be that. I don't know why,
I
but
just
Bambi
think for
annoys
her, it
me.
was overkill on that show. If I remember correctly, like it was just like, why are you here? And I feel like the reason why she's here on this show is because VH1 owed her some money and they put her on this show.
Not VH1 older, somebody. He couldn't pay the bills, but he had money for groceries. That part. That part. And the way he was holding the grocery bags. Child. Didn't R. Kelly tell them when a woman is fed up? Yeah, but people don't take his advice too much these days.
Yeah.
When that kid is able to get on New York City Transit and take a train from Manhattan to Queens, or we don't got to communicate. He has a cell phone. He'll let me know when he get there safe. She said, don't call my phone.
I wish more women would do that. Like, I wish more women would understand, like, if the man's not giving you what you require, don't use your kid as a way to constantly have a hold or, a sealment on that. That's not anything. That's just basically saying, hey, we have a kid, we messed up. Here we go. We have to share responsibility. But that doesn't mean you get back into, the happy place. You just don't get there.
Not the happy place.
No.
Y'all, Sierra and her family went for a spiritual bath. She called them ghetto, and they was, and that's okay because that's my family. That's probably James's family.
Mm,
That's actually I'm going to New Orleans next month, and I was looking into some spiritual baths and stuff. I have a group of Black people coming with me. I'm hoping James's ass makes it. I'm not too sure, but I'm hoping you make
we
it.
pray and listen. It's a hope and a prayer.
But the Black
Yes.
people I have coming, I know that they're not gonna act too correct, and I'm here for it. I'm ready for it. Because this is my family if we was in a spiritual bath. Just the hot mess express. She is ghetto. Sierra is. But that's what makes Sierra likable to me. Because she just unapologetically herself. She ain't never had a speech class to save her life. And that's okay. That's okay. But they do a spiritual bath. Now she brought it's a bunch of females in that family. That's probably why they can't get along. But they made jokes. It seems like though her family feels like not just with Zay, that Sierra changes up when she gets a man. And I can see that. She does seem
Mhm.
like the type when she gets a man to be all about her man. A lot of people do that when they date someone, but I think Sierra does it in a way where she like
It's
becomes
overkill.
entirely
Mhm.
unavailable. Like a lot of people who used to kick it with me be like, oh, I had so much fun with you and this and that. I'm married now, so I be with my spouse more often, but I'm still reachable by phone. Here and there, if there's a planned event, I will still show up. Like I'm still there or available. Sierra seems like, from what all of her family members explain, like she's just entirely closed off when she dates. Um, and they say that they're tired of her changing for a man and they're tired of her getting married. And it looks like none of them liked Zay. But I was happy to see the family make peace, so I don't have too much to say on that. Did you have anything you wanted to add to this family?
No, we can move forward.
No, he said James did not care.
No.
Kiwan says she has always changed up, but her mama Kim is raggedy. Sierra's mom, when she tells us her grandmother raised her, I could kind of see that.
Mm-hmm.
I could kind of see that. You could tell with her family, there's a lot of disconnect. I appreciate Sierra for sharing the family. I'm glad they making their peace, but her mama is a piece of work. I do agree with that.
Yep.
She said, I love when Color Be Pink does her Sierra imitations. I'll be on the floor. She sounds just like
I be hollering.
She does do Sierra extremely well because she talk like this with her nose up a little bit. Color Be Pink does it like no other. We enjoy her channel. We both enjoy her channel a lot. Bondi Blue, I was just watching something on her channel because I think that's her husband went on a vacation. But some of these creators, they are entertaining. Not Keisha Theater. Lord help us. So Carly and Yandy at some sort of exercise class, and I'm not going over this scene. Only thing I'm gonna talk about is Carly rolling around on the ground in a wig that needed more glue because the charges were dismissed. Carly Red was married to T-Lo, who is now impregnated Nicole Zavala, the child of that show, Cartel Crew. It was like a Mob Wives spinoff for Miami. It was a good show. Nicole Zavala, interesting that he went from Carly to her. But they are moved on from each other. He got another woman pregnant, is with another woman, they're divorced. So good for you, Carly, that your charges were dismissed. Stop getting married. James, would you like to add anything to Carly's celebration?
The same thing I said about Sierra can apply to her too. Stop getting married to men that are always in some kind of system.
Mm-hmm.
I always got some sort of implication of something, whether if it's, racketeering or drugs or whatever it is. Like,
well, this guy, he's the CEO of Now That's TV, which is basically like Zeus Network because it has a bunch of shows with no substance where people just fight for no reason at all. So this guy was legal. I feel like Carly shouldn't have dated him. I feel like she tried to marry him because he was so much younger and she'd be insecure about her age. But Carly, next time you show a man to us, I want him to be at least 57. That is the minimum age.
No, 65 where y'all can both order off the senior citizens menu at Denny's.
I don't see that for Carly. I don't think
nobody sees it.
Nobody always gonna need someone younger.
And that's her problem. Y'all, when y'all see that shit don't work, try the opposite. That's the whole point of well, then you know what? She gonna always be a fucked up situation.
That's why I say for Carly Red, just give her 57. Because we know she about 70. At least she may be 70. I don't know Carly Red's age no more, but she needs to date somebody younger but still old. And she's old enough that she should be able to do that. They do need a break though.
No, I feel like there's some 60-year-olds that's passing for 40 nowadays. So I mean, I don't understand what she's looking. I don't understand. Like, is it really the slong? Like if it really is.
The money.
I would feel like older people have it more than younger people.
But older people ain't always interested in a woman that's shaped like she plastic. I feel like that could also be a problem. The real money wants something a little different than what Carly's giving. But we gonna wish Carly the best. That's all we can do. She's rolled around on the ground. Don't do this no more, Carly. Because I can't. Please don't do this no more. Her oldest daughter is my age. Her daughter is 30-something. So Carly ain't fooling nobody. Carly needs to go to a hole in the wall and find a silver fox. If she can, I feel like that wouldn't interest her. I feel like she's the problem. Some people, they be chronically single or they find relationships and they never work. I think sometimes some people just don't have it in them for a relationship. And sometimes I feel like that's Carly Red. Like I would love for her to have joy, but if you haven't figured out how to have a healthy relationship past 3 years at her big age, you may not figure it out. So I
That's
hope that
because the
she
man
finds a
always
way to
has
be.
extracurricular activities going on that, causes her to have to, it's always something that comes out about these men and it's always the craziest of shit. It's never like something like, oh, that's understandable. Or I could see that. Or, everybody has a past. No, this be some crazy ass like things like crimes I almost forgot existed.
That's Carly. If she
Yes.
gonna do it, whatever. Go away from our screens. I guess that's why the show ended. um, so Scrappy ain't broken up with Brittany yet. I'd like to remind everybody of that. But he shows up to Bambi's house with some groceries and her kids, talking about she looked good. And he tells Bambi that he doesn't know what his relationship status is. Says he hasn't had a real connection with nobody since her. Bambi liked it. She was smiling. She was giggling. A nigga can't show up at my house and make me cook dinner. No. How about, oh, you bought these groceries? You can cook dinner for your kids and me. At the very
your
least,
house, not
I'm
mine.
not cooking nothing.
At
Bambi
your
liked
house, you mess up your own kitchen and shit. Don't come up in here.
Obviously, Bambi liked it. I'm not mad at that. That's her baby daddy. That's her ex-husband. I'm not mad at it. You want to get back with him, get back with him. But I don't care to watch to get into that. Because wasn't that part of why you were divorced? Him not doing these things. But how do you feel about that scene with Scrap coming to Bambi's house? Because I was just kind of like, this? Really?
It didn't surprise me. That's the first thing. Because I feel like they're the toxic and uncle that always break up, get back together, always. I have a few family members who are still legally married to their husbands and they've been in the same house in over 2 decades. So it kind of gives that. It gives that, they just go, it's forever going to be this cycle because you see that she can't move on with anybody and then he can't keep a relationship with anybody. So I feel like they'll get back together at some point. They'll definitely get back together and we'll be here to see it. And I'm just like, probably shouldn't have broke up in the first place, but y'all both too headstrong and stubborn.
Basically, I kind of agree with that. They were both stubborn. Kiwan said, I'm disappointed in Bambi because you have on this 2-piece workout set because you knew he was coming over. Yep. Don't nobody just be at home like that. Your cleavage is perfectly situated in your sports bra. You got a bra up under it. Wig laid, makeup slayed. She knew he was coming over and she knew what she was doing. And I'm like, Bambi, weren't you just engaged not long ago? But okay. I'm going to keep saying Erica Dixon should feel dumb. She should. I'm sorry. And y'all know I like Erica Dixon, but this is why you don't chase after a man like this. This is exactly why, because when he left Bambi, he acted like he wanted you. Then he fooled around with Diamond, acted like he wanted you. Then you being kind of an asshole to the baby mamas because you thought he would want you. But when it came time to spin the block, he said the last real connection he had was with Bambi, even though he was dating Erica Dixon. So she should be somewhere feeling stupid. She absolutely should, because she came back on this show, gave us nothing, and played messy. And I don't like Erica Dixon for doing that, just because it's like, you know what it's like to be his baby mama and to deal with his shenanigans, but you make it hard for the others when it suits you. So let her and her little store do what she does. Listen, Erica Dixon will always be beautiful, but that's it. That's it. Nothing more and nothing less. The boys go out, Mendices and Scrappy and Zane. I'm so glad they didn't give them much in this scene because I feel like Zane just wants to be the center of attention on this show, and this scene was less than 5 minutes. But Mendici claims that he knows the dude that Yandy cheated on him with emotionally, and that's why he can't get over it. And Scrappy talking about he might want his family back. I don't have nothing nice for these Negroes. James, how did you feel about that scene? Because they got on my nerves.
Mendices, did you really know that man that Yandy cheated with you, quote unquote, emotionally? You really know that man? I bet you do. You know why I bet you do is because y'all motherfuckers was never really together in the first fucking place. And I've been saying this and saying this and saying this. I feel like in the beginning, before y'all moved to Atlanta, y'all had a real relationship. I feel like once y'all got to Atlanta, y'all may have been together for the first maybe year and a half. And then I don't feel like y'all been together since maybe 3 seasons ago. I'm gonna give them 3 seasons because I tell y'all, Yandy be outside. And
Yeah.
Yandy be in Ghana like I ain't never seen nobody in Ghana.
Nobody in a
Nobody
marriage,
travels like that in a
nobody
marriage
in a marriage is away from their partner that much for fun.
for
If
fun.
it's for business, like if your dude is a traveling person, fine, I can understand that. But she just be on vacation.
She be on Yandy be on yachts, and y'all have to understand. Y'all go on Yandy's Instagram and look how much she's in Africa and how much like Mendices is not with her. He went with her one time, and that's when she got her citizenship there. That's when I
Mm-hmm.
saw him there. I didn't see him there, not there another time. And I watched because she always be having Quad, Angel, sometimes Portia, sometimes there's always somebody with her that we know on other shows. That's why I said when he said I do the guy that she had, I'm like, I'm sure you did. Because I'm sure that person is probably Yandy's, real slide. And y'all just do this shit for TV because it doesn't make sense either way. I feel like y'all have not been together for years. And I wish y'all were more transparent and just say that. Just say y'all have not been together because then we would be like, okay, fine.
My thing is, to me, it don't matter what the fuck they say because once you lie about being married, you'll lie about anything. That
Anything
was
else? Yeah.
weird. That was weird. That was absolutely strange. So I don't buy anything that come out of Yandy and Mendice's mouth.
Yeah.
Listen, I respect Yandy as a businesswoman. I respect her as somebody who speaks up for the Black community. But I don't care to see her on reality TV, and I don't care to see Mendice's on TV. I'm the same way. I feel like they've been broken up for some time. I feel like they broke up like a year after they moved to Atlanta. I just do. Because all the stuff that's come out with the rumors would be stuff that they probably been dealing with in private. But we're gonna move on because Yandy, we can only say so much.
Right.
Yandy and Bambi go out. Yandy says that she and Mendices have not spoken since the corn maze because she felt like he was playing with him because he denied waking up in her bed. I do believe her. I do think he tried to get in her bed. And I do think that they do stuff with each other sometimes. But Yandy feels like Mendices trying to deny it is to keep something from somebody else, which tells me they don't trust each other and he probably got his other hoes. But at this conversation, Bambi invites Sierra. Yandy was not expecting Sierra to be invited. Yandy is not cool with Sierra because Sierra went and blasted her on the internet and they acted a plumb fool at Carly's event. So now Bambi is like, she wants to get these two back talking, which I don't quite understand, but I guess do you, Bambi? Sierra does come in and she was accountable. She did apologize to Yandy for how she talked to her, what she did on the internet. And Yandy explained why her feelings was hurt. Y'all notice every time someone apologized to Yandy, she could never just say, I appreciate it. Even if the person says, I apologize, this is what I apologize for. I know this was wrong and this is how I know it looked or made you feel. Yandy's still going to tell you how she feel. But they do make peace. But I don't know. How you feel about the apology?
It was needed to happen. I kind of felt like it was halfway an apology. I don't feel like it was really all that sincere. I feel like she's running out of allies on the show. So to have Yandy in her corner, I feel like she was just doing the bare minimum, which I don't like when people do. Y'all know I'm a big stickler about apologies. I feel like people, if you're going to apologize, do it correctly or don't do it at all. Because if you're really not sorry, don't say you're sorry. That's how I feel. Like, if you really don't want to be apologetic, then don't be it. I'd rather you would say, listen, I don't feel like I owe you an apology. I feel like I was having your best interests at heart. I feel like homegirl was telling me some shit and I wanted to see if it was clear and I was having your back. That's how I feel. You may have looked at it differently, but I don't feel like I was wrong. So I don't feel like I owe you that. I feel like I was. That's how I would have did it. But, I'm different. We two different people. So, yeah.
I don't know. I never fuck with Sierra again. But Yandy said, she was like, I'll forgive you, but I won't forget, which means that you have not forgiven her. But
yeah, that's exactly what that means.
But okay. What's poppin', Courtney? Welcome in, and happy hump day to you. Welcome in. If y'all want a candle, smell goods, hit her up on thy internet. Lord. But yeah, Sierra probably did need an ally. Now, the last
That's what
thing we're
it's
gonna talk
giving.
about, because this episode didn't really give much, I can't believe we're at the end already, is Rennie, Ruchi, Carly Red, and Spice go to Spice's content house. I don't understand the point of a house that's just for content, but that's me. I'm gonna let it go. But this is where Rennie Rucci lets them know that Black Zach, her dude, he is not only facing RICO charges, but he is looking at the death penalty. The reason is because his charges are fucking egregious. And Rennie Rucci, you're sitting on here. I love Rennie Rucci. I do. She's likable. She's relatable. She's real. She's talented and beautiful, but she's fucking stupid. She mentioned while talking to them that she has dated men in jail before, which she has. We've seen some of that on the show. She's complained about the types of men she's had, the baby daddies and things of that nature. At what point does Rennie learn from the way that she dates and start to date a different type of person? I feel for her, and it's unfortunate. We know that she is pregnant in real time today by the man who is still sitting in jail. And I just don't understand why you would allow yourself to get pregnant a second time by a nigga that put you out of your house while your baby was freshly born and you was postpartum because of an argument. And now you're going to stick beside him. A nigga that'll put a woman out postpartum is trash.
Yes.
A person that would do that is trash. So the fact that she got pregnant by this man a second time is crazy to me. The fact that she's talking about she going to stick beside him and his charges is crazy. Listen, I come from a place where a lot of the men I've dated, my father included, have been to jail, got records and things like that, but not for trying to kill people. That's a little much. We talking unaliving people for hire, RICO charges, smuggling stuff in. Like, when the feds accuse you of the stuff that Black Zach has been accused of, I know it's innocent until proven guilty, but where Rennie is at, they have over a 99% conviction rate for the people that they charge. So just based on statistics, it does not look good for Rennie. Listen, I feel for her. I know that that can't be the funnest thing to do, but do you really want to be with a man that's paying people to take the lives from other people? If you take a life, you need to be defending yourself. You don't need to just be taking lives to take lives or taking lives because of money. So I'm looking at Rennie and I'm like, if it gets to a point in this case where they bring victims or families of the victims or somebody who don't want to do time snitches on your dude, because all of that is probably coming, I'm wondering how she's going to address it. But it probably won't matter because this is allegedly the last season of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And then Rennie says she don't want to cry because crying ain't going to do nothing. That's such an ignorant statement that a lot of people of color make. Crying does do something. It's keeping you from going crazy.
Girl, she's cried. She has cried. Let's not, y'all.
Cry no more.
She has cried. It's giving tender kisses. I'm so confused, and I think I'm gonna cry tonight. That's exactly what it's giving. That's on Tender Kisses.
She says she's cried, but she's talking about she don't want to cry no more because it's not going to change anything. And I'm just like, just get it out. I would rather see you crying than try to act like everything is okay. I would rather see you that. But I'm glad that everybody's trying to support Rennie, but
this is such a conflicting, it's a conflicting thing because here's the thing. It's a serious crime. And not to mention
crimes.
Yes, serious crimes. And then not to mention, you were also a victim of the indiscretion. Regardless if it was not as serious as what he's, in for, he still put you out of a home, put your life in danger. Like, and you still want to fight for this man. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. it would have to be a whole lot of kissing up and a whole lot of, because I get in the heat of arguments, because I've been through a similar situation. Sometimes things get said, sometimes things get done, and sometimes walking away is necessary. And sometimes you may still have an attachment of love or anything like that. But it didn't seem like there was anything on his part that would have brought them back together. It seemed like she just begged and begged and begged, and he finally gave in.
I mean, we don't know what the hell's going on with their
Yeah.
relationship, but I know I agree with Kiwan. I can't
I
fully
can't.
feel
Yeah.
sorry for her. You're intentionally choosing to put yourself through this and to put your children through this, especially that second one. But you know, what can we do? That's Rennie's choice. Is this dude hiding some money somewhere and that's why she's sticking beside him? Clearly, because she bought hella cash to the courthouse, and I'm pretty sure she ain't got cash like that just sitting. I'm pretty sure, because if she did, she'd have a place in Atlanta, but Rennie be back and forth between South Carolina, I believe, or North Carolina, one of the Carolinas. She'd be back and forth between. Atlanta is not the most expensive place in the world, as much as people like to think. But it is one of the pricier places. So I can see why she stays in her state. She's definitely not. I feel like he's paying for the lawyers and all of that, which is going to be problematic because they're going to track and ask where the cash came from.
Yep.
Not a bar. Brittany isn't thinking of her children. This part where she chooses these men. And you know, mothers hate to hear this. I'm always thinking about my baby. Can't nobody tell me. I'm sorry. You're not. You could say that you are and try to make yourself feel better about it. If you're thinking about your kids, you wouldn't be with a man who's in this type of a situation. Because I believe that Rennie is the type of girl that knew that her man was with the shit and has stuff going on. She may not have known the details of it, but she was okay with it because it probably provided a lifestyle for her and income to her household. But now,
not to mention, a lot of women in her caliber of realm love these dangerous men like this. They do. They love these dangerous, very careless, you know, they love this type of energy. And I never understood, even in our day and time growing up, like you always see girls who would never get like the sharp, one who had a 9 to 5 or entrepreneur the honest way. They wanted, the soldier, the thug, they just want those kind of men. And it takes a woman to actually wake up and understand those be the worst kind of men to have. Like they do, they be the worst kinds. So and I feel like they don't want to give up on that. And it could be the sex. It could be, I don't know. I've never had that experience where I wanted
think
somebody who
Rennie
was
just
dangerous.
doesn't want to be alone. I think Rennie, when she says she don't want to grieve nobody else, I truly think that that's what it is. She just wants to keep the people that she has close. I always felt like she didn't do enough grief counseling or time away after her mom passed, and it definitely reflects. She said her kids are in a totally different state. I know. But Rennie definitely has a lot of growth to do and a lot to figure out. But I'm sorry, I don't want to see you crying about a man who put you out postpartum and now you're pregnant again. You'll probably have an easier tax this time, but now you're going to give birth on your own, be paying for stuff on your own, waking up to change diapers on your own. And it's stupid to go through shit on your own if you have a partner. And she's talking about, oh, I love him. But the love wasn't so deep that he put a ring on your finger. The love wasn't so deep that y'all got married. You just the girlfriend.
Well, the love wasn't so deep that he didn't want to
out.
stop living the life that he's living, knowing that it would lead him down the slope to hell. Like, that's what I want people to understand. Like, if somebody really loves you and the life they live in is not giving them a granted freedom, then that's not the person for you, because they're choosing to go down that path versus changing the life to please you because they know that it cannot include you. Where he is, she cannot go.
Rennie wants to be taken care of, and she's one of those women who have gotten by with her face card. Yeah, that's
absolutely
true. That's
absolutely
very true. Because when her mom was alive, her mom was taking care of her kids. So it looks like she just wants somebody to help her in her spaces in different areas of life. I hope she figures it out. I hope that she actually leaves this Black Zach guy. I don't foresee it going well. And if he does get out of jail, I just did not like him for her after the whole situation of her being put out. And I'll never get over that, because I've been in a lot of arguments with my husband. I ain't never been put out of somewhere that I live. That's crazy.
I mean,
But
I have, but at the same time,
that's
we
not
were
a
both
healthy thing,
we were
though.
both drunk though. And the thing about it is like
Drunk or
it was
not,
instant.
that's not
It
an
was an instant
excuse
regret.
either. That's
No,
not an
I get
excuse
that. No,
either.
I totally get
My
where you're coming
husband would
from.
be
Yeah.
to argue, pissed drunk, all types of shit. I ain't never been put out. Most real men will leave it be before they put their female out. They'll leave. They will leave
No, they
before they
will.
put their
No,
female
no.
out.
I just think that once again, who are we talking about? That's what I'm saying. Like, we're not talking about somebody who is thinking, okay, this is a woman postpartum. Just
But that's not the
like
point. The
that's
point is just my statement. Like, regardless, it's not okay to be put out.
no, it's
Not your
not.
situation, not a nobody's situation, not if you're drunk. If you live somewhere and you contribute to the bills or receive mail there, you should not be able to be put out. It just should not be that way. It shouldn't. Now, situations like this is different. She said, I threw my baby daddy out with his clothes. That is different if you in the house not contributing. But if you are in the house and you're contributing and you live there or you just had a baby, absolutely not. Rennie should not be putting out. Listen, I'm Courtney. You not putting me out, ho. I fight niggas. We gonna fight. You not just putting me out. She's better than I and better than a lot of people because
No,
you not putting
sometimes.
me
So
out.
let me tell you, that
I'll
was
end up on
you.
oxygen snapped.
I walk away from situations, y'all. You put me out, I walk away. I'll lead you to wonder and
If
come back
my
and say, hey.
name is on that lease, or if my name is on the mortgage, or if my clothes is there and I slept on a pillow for more than 2 weeks, motherfucker, you not putting me out. And if you try to, we fighting. I'm biting your walls, your legs. I'm scratching shit. Before I go, I'm tearing the whole motherfucker up. And you can arrest me if it happens in a couple of years and they use this as evidence because I'm gonna be smiling. I don't give a fuck. I wish somebody would. When my friend's baby daddy tried to put her out, I ran over his foot. Sure did. What you gonna do? Call the popo. I'ma tell him what I know too. What's up? He still say to this day, I don't like Amina. She's crazy. I can't stand her. Good motherfucker. I'm really crazy. Like, you not putting me out. No,
Not
absolutely
baby Medea.
no, not a baby Madeira, but I'm just saying. Let me tell y'all, in Oakland, California, when the men act up, the women in Oakland, James will tell you, we built a little bit
Yes.
different.
Y'all
Okay,
I told y'all the story. My
we
cousin
don't
drove
play
her
that.
Tahoe through a whole house. Just for a cheating allegation. She had no proof of the shit. But just the thought that you could cheat on her was enough for her to say, okay, I got a 1993 Chevy Tahoe, and those are built like tanks. The
They
Chevy
are
Tahoes in the 90s, they're not built like the Tahoes today. Them
Pontiac
motherfuckers,
Grand Prix,
what I'm trying
Chevy
to tell you,
Tahoe,
she drove
run it
that shit
over.
right through the house. And it was his mama house, and the mama just caught a stray just because that's where he lived. She backed that shit up and act like did nothing happen and drove her car off.
Yes,
So yes, that's
absolutely.
what in my home in our hometown, that's what women do, even for just the smallest shit.
Mm-hmm. We really crazy. My husband will tell y'all some stories. Like, he's pissed me off before. I don't care. I'm not a baby, my dear. I'm good. I'm good. But I don't like that. Men don't need to put no females out. Fuck that. Anybody feel like they man gonna put them out, call me. I got your back.
She said, I'm ready.
A man put me out. I'm taking all his light bulbs and taking all the doors. Right. And you know what men love most? They cars and they video games. Go for the electronics. Don't fucking come for us if we don't sit for y'all. Lord. She said, Swin, I'm not doing all of this in my spot. I'm not going nowhere. You take your ass home. Exactly. Why would we leave? That's what I'm talking about. See, James is like, these bitches is crazy. We was taught in NOLA to fight men. That's why we sound like men and have a little hair on our chest. Okay. Exactly. Exactly. You understand it. New Orleans, where the food is good and a female might slap the shit out of you if you act wrong. Don't you love it? Don't you love it, y'all? But no, on a serious note, we don't promote violence on the on the Mrs. Best Reviews channel. I'm not mad at nobody right now. We do not promote violence. Okay. We just want everything to be loving and okay. But if your name is on the lease, you do what you got to do. That's all. That's
Let
all.
me explain. Yes, do what you got to do, all within the name of reason. It's called within reason. That's all we're saying. So sometimes within reason may have to, put up a duke or two. That's within reason. Don't mean you got to swing, but let her know. That was a good one. That was a funny one.
Lord. We don't promote violence, though. We don't. But don't let them play with you. And if his ass want to stay for more than
Don't let
3
me.
days,
Yeah,
then you make him pay rent. More than 3
don't.
days, you got to pay rent. That's
Yep.
just how I feel. But
Yep.
that's all I got for Love and Hip Hop, you guys. This was really a filler episode. Y'all entertained me more than the episode. I feel you have all the sense in the world.
All the sense in the world.
Courtney.
I'd have had a conversation with you already, so you too late for that. You have
You have
sense.
a lot of sense.
You have a lot of sense.
The
Stop
problem,
that,
everybody
dog.
else. It's everybody else. But she really might be my cousin for real. She really might be.
Yeah. Hey, the world is small.
Oh Lord, you do. If you have sense, I have sense. If you don't have sense, I may not have sense. Listen, I'm educated in psychology. That's it. The rest of it, I pray, hope and a prayer. That's how I get through life. But that is it, you guys. James has a birthday on Saturday. He does have to work. But if I have a video up on Saturday, I will be issuing him a happy birthday. You guys can feel free to also flood his comments, watch his videos as a way to say happy birthday. Other than that, y'all, that is it for this review.
I will post my Cash App on my community wall in case anyone is feeling generous or not. You know,
give the people a video. Give them
Listen, let me explain something to y'all. I work 12-hour days.
A lot of us
and I'm working. Can I finish, Lord Jesus? 12-hour days, 21 days straight. No breaks in between. Oh, my birthday, I'm going to be sleep.
Lord,
that is the year of 36. I got to start it out sleeping.
Lord help us.
Now, when it comes to NOLA, that's why I'm determined to get there because, as I said, I want a hurricane, some gumbo.
We will see. James keep talking about coming to New Orleans. We had dates planned in December. Everything is changing now. We gonna see. We gonna see because I got the plan. Who is this? Sleepless J. Welcome in. I don't think I've met you. Welcome in. Queen B missing her sound check and then complained about the quality of our sound show. Oh, yeah. Queen Key. She did do that. You know what? That's actually, we didn't get Queen Key this episode. I just thought about that. But Queen Key, I feel like Queen Key is just on the show to have fun. I feel like she'd be smoking her blunts, drinking her little drink. I feel like she's really on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta just to expose her name to like a bigger audience and to just have a time.
Hey, it's a good plug. Go ahead, girl.
I mean, at least she performed a cappella. But y'all, on James's birthday, see his channel, all of that. I have your Cash App as well. I might make a graphic and post it for you as well. And nothing little Chat GPT can't help us with. But he does have a birthday coming up. Happy birthday to all of the Tauruses out there. Happiest of board days to all y'all stubborn asses, stubborn lying asses.
I'm actually in therapy. I said, how do I be less stubborn? Because I'm in my way.
And not you in your own way.
I am in my own. Listen, the decisions that I make in my life, I'm now coming to the realization my last 5 days of being 35, I'm in my own damn way. And it's because I am so fucking stubborn. I got to get out of my way. That is my goal for 36. I got to learn how to say yes to everything. I got to learn brand ambassador deals. I'm about to do it all. 36 is my year, y'all.
Just jump in and try stuff. I think a lot of people are in their own way, though, and don't recognize it. But the good thing is once you do recognize and are cognizant of that, you're able to change it. Just keep speaking on it publicly. That's why I say YouTube ain't just for entertainment. It can be healing. It really can.
You don't know who watching.
You don't. Speaking of watchers, y'all, we both want to say thank you. We have our own channels. The last I checked, James was at 330 or 331 in subscribers. So that is up. I am also up as well. We are at 805. I appreciate everybody who takes the time to watch our channel. We are small creators doing the best we can with what we got. Okay. Yes. And as we continue to grow, we will get more shows out to you. We will do our very best to get different forms of content out to you. We are going to probably take a little break on Watch Your Best Friends. I am working 2 full-time jobs, going to school full-time, taking 2 classes in addition to doing this. So I'm doing my very best But Watch Your Best Friends, we'll do our best to get content out, but we may pause some content on that through the month of May. Other than that, I will be live again tomorrow for Love and Hip Hop Miami. I've decided not to cover the show Temptation Island. It is too colorless for me. I apologize. If there's any other shows that y'all would like me to cover, let me know. Check out James's channel. I think we'll be on there this weekend. I don't know how you're going to do it with.
I don't know how I'm going to do it either with my schedule and all this bullshit in the way, but we going to do it. We going to do it. I'll talk to you about that when the time comes.
My weekends will be open until my birthday, which is next month. So
well, the problem is I don't know if I'm going in at 10:30 or 6:30. You know, they haven't posted the overtime schedule yet. So it's going to be a trial and error. I may have to miss some sleep, but that's okay. When I miss sleep though, y'all, I tend to get a little bit more angry.
I wouldn't miss sleep.
Child, you listen.
YouTube whenever you have time. You sleep. Working nights is half of the week.
Okay, hell yeah, especially because you know, one lady just lost her finger, so we got to pray for her. Yeah, we got to pray for her, y'all. So yeah, but let me go ahead. I gotta get to work. I got to see y'all later.
For today. I will see everybody on our next video. I hope you guys liked the video. Welcome to all the new subscribers, and have a good and great hump day. Adios. Thank you.